Hey everybody, what's happening? Son of a Silverstacker here, and today's numismatic news and information for the 13th day of October 2022. I'd like to welcome you over to AppMex so we can check out those spot prices. However, before that, I'd like to welcome you to two things we're doing here today. Number one is a good morning to you with Tiny Numismatics number 255. Number two is the Thursday night live auction, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. Now, popping over here to AppMex, gold is up 560 to 1686.50. Silver up 20 cents to 1941. Platinum up $3.50 at 904.50, and palladium up 14.60 to 21.82. Now I'm over here to the Google machine. I looked up this term right here, dollar, and as we can tell from the last news from the month and a half, 2 months, the dollar is very, very strong. In fact, just recently, a day ago, U.S. dollar soars to new 24-year high versus the yen. All right, so we definitely know that we've had a strong dollar that's been in the news for quite some time. Well, what happens, okay, when the dollar loses strength? Because, well, that question I have to ask because I got consumer prices here, and it says consumer prices, jobless claims, Victoria's Secret gains, and more. Thursday's 5 things to know. And yeah, there is 5 things to know. I don't know why they put that in there. U.S. core inflation seen returning to 40-year high as rents rise. That's on Bloomberg. CNBC says Asia Pacific markets fall ahead of U.S. inflation data. Well, let's check that out. We're at marketwatch.com, U.S. economic calendar. We're looking for today's date, October 13th. And look at this. All this data comes out today at 8:30 a.m. And it starts with consumer price index, core CPI 3-month SAR, CPI year over year, and then core CPI year on year. And then, if that's not bad enough, we're talking initial jobless claims and continuing jobless claims. Yeah. And then just check this out. And over the weekend, when the markets aren't open, the St. Louis Fed President, James Bullard, is going to speak on inflation. And obviously, today and tomorrow, as well as Saturday, that's going to be a major focus of the Fed. And I think we should be watching the news this weekend, because check this out. Now, this is the bullion sales at the United States Mint. I thought this was really important that I've been sharing with you every day now for about a week. We are not having any, there's just barely any sales at the United States Mint in bullion. Check this out. So here we are, American Eagles. This is for gold and silver, as well as the other precious metal there at the very end, platinum. We're still not getting any numbers for September. That's been there, done that. I think we can already imagine that that's done. We're not going to see any additional numbers there because we're almost 2 weeks into October, and we still haven't seen any of these numbers. But we do recall that over at JM Bullion, they had an October 13th in stock date for some of their 2022 American Silver Eagles. And I'm hearing that some bullion dealers aren't even allowed to order more than, I believe it is 5,000 American Silver Eagles at a time, folks. So it's getting to be slim pickings at the United States Mint. And obviously we know that during this time of the year, October, November, December, that the Mint does wind down. But they've been winding down here since what, June, July, August? They're all lower than their peak month of May and June. And look at this, 5 million, 1.5, 1, 850. Then they peaked here in May, and then they've been just winding down since May. Incredible. And it would be really interesting to see how many they make how many Silver Eagles they make for October. Yikes. Yeah. Interesting, isn't it? And like I said, what happens to the value of everything when the dollar loses its strength? What happens to these here? So if the dollar's so strong right now, that could be holding these prices down, right? And if the price, well, if the reverse happens where the dollar gets weaker, what happens to these? Yeah, I don't know, but it would be kind of exciting to find out. Let's stick around and find out. So much stuff going on, folks. There's so much exciting things happening. Now, this is coinnews.net. This is by Mike Unser, dated October 13, 2022. That's today's date. Title of the article is U.S. Mint Sales, Franklin Pierce Silver Medal Debut. And that's pretty cool, too. I like the reverse on that one. And I wonder how many different reverses they actually have for the presidential silver medals. That's a good question. I probably should look that up. See? Poor preparation. There we go. The Franklin Pierce Presidential Silver Medal was the U.S. Mint's top weekly seller, struck in 1 troy ounce of 3/9 fine silver. The medal launched on October 3rd and went on to log sales of 12,742 through October 9th. That's just 4 days ago. Now, for some recent comparison in the product line, the immediate prior medal depicting Millard Fillmore was released in August, and it opened with sales of 11,217. So this one's a little bit better in sales. In May, the Presidential Silver Medal for Zachary Taylor registered starting sales of 12,599. In February, the Mint released the Knox Presidential Silver Medal, and it debuted with sales of 12,220. That's interesting. Now, weekly U.S. Mint top sellers. Here's a listing of U.S. Mint's most popular numismatic products for the week ending October 9. And I've highlighted 5 of the 10, and they are silver products. And I think that's an important aspect to look at here. But none of the silver products are in the top 3. Number 1, you're looking at, well, actually, that's not true. I think I forgot that one right there. Hello. So 60% of these, let me double check these. Yeah, 60% of these are silver products at the Mint. And these are hard to come by at the Mint right now, right? Silver products, because it's the year of the metal, right? Now, it says here, the first one is 2022 Franklin Pierce Presidential Silver Medal, 12,007. The second spot is the 2022 proof set. And those numbers are actually getting back down to the numbers I would expect to see without the coupons, I think, that we saw to the dealers. Now, the third spot here is 2022 mint set, sold 1,100. Now we have the fourth spot, the 2022 silver proof set, sold 1,119. Number 5 spot, 2022 proof silver eagle, sold 1,003. Isn't that interesting? Now in number 6 spot, another silver item. We have the 2022 Philadelphia minted American Liberty silver medal. That's pretty solid gains for a beautiful medal. Now in the 7th spot is the Purple Heart. What? How do they even have some of those? Where did those go? Because I got them Remind Me, and I never ever saw that Remind Me. That's the Purple Heart colorized silver dollar, sold 402. Did you get the Remind Me, folks? I didn't. Now, 8th spot, 2022 American Innovation Dollar Proof Set. Then 9th spot is the Proof Purple Heart Silver Dollar. That's awesome. And then following out in the 10th spot is the 2021 U.S. Mint Set. That's a circulated set. Only 146. That's really low for a 10 spot. So that really, I really like to say that they just hit the brakes on the sales. Because if that's the 10 spot and it only sold 146, and this one sold 147 and this one 180, yikes. Let's find out what's going on there. That seems like somebody's hit the brakes at the Mint. Now, in its latest report, the U.S. Mint published sales data for 269 numismatic products. 51 outperformed their prior weekly gains against 75 previously. Yep, there you go. 5 products increased by more than 1,000 against 7 in the prior report. There you go. More confirmation that things are slowing down. And it probably is due to the fact that the Mint had the coupons they sent out. Now, in addition, 10 products registered negative weekly sales compared to 12 in the last sales report. The reductions range from 1 to 213, with the latter tagged to the recently released U.S. Coast Guard 1-ounce silver medal. U.S. Mint sales, numismatic products. Check this out. Morgan & Peace silver dollars. Look at that. The Philadelphia Morgan silver dollar lost 2. Where would they come from? Who sent those in? It's odd. Now, like I said, the Purple Heart colorized silver dollar sold 402. I thought that was a what? And then check this out. The silver dollar premium mark lost 2. What's going on there? I've highlighted the ones I wanted to check out. Now, Armed Forces silver medals. Look at that. Negative 213 sales for 1.56% of the total product sales. That's interesting. And look at that. Those 1-ounce silver medals from the Air Force are still selling. And I would really like to know what the total mintage is going to be so that we can figure out what sales are going to be the highest or lowest. Because as they stand now, one is about 11,000 more than the other on the 1-ounce silver medals. It's incredible. Now, American Liberty silver medal sold 585 for a 1% increase. Check this out, clad proof sets. Like I said, these are pretty standard numbers for the clad proof sets. And I do believe somebody had mentioned that I think from here on out that sales for United States Mint items could actually pick up because we're getting closer to the holidays. Indeed. Now, proof set, like I said, that's pretty standard, but what's not? Look at that. So the proof sets that they probably sold at discount, 15 of them look like they were returned possibly. And look at this, another return as the 2020 American Women Quarters proof set. But really, they haven't had too many sales in like quite some time, I think since spring. Silver proof sets, there you go. They've only sold 6 of the 2021s. So yeah, I mean, look at that. Sales flat, 0% really increase. And I don't know if that's pretty odd. But yeah, check that out. I mean, not really much sales there. They had the coupon, and that really boosted sales. And so what does that say? I mean, yeah, the Mint's still trying to assess whether or not their program was a success. Well, I would say it is, because right after that coupon was utilized and no longer available, well, sales fell off a cliff. U.S. Mint sales circulated sets 146. Same, fell off a cliff, 0.7. Yeah, 0.07, my bad. And ornaments, look at this. Nina Otero Warren lost 4 ornaments there. Interesting there. Here we go. Look at this. Proof and reverse proof silver eagles. Now, the San Francisco proof silver eagle lost 25. No big deal there. They're going to have another one, another 50,000 come out for the limited edition silver proof set that comes out in about 2 weeks from today, I believe. It's going to be fun to see that one. Now, look at this. Pretty robust sales for the 2022 West Point Proof Silver Eagle. I thought that was unavailable. Didn't get the notification on that, nor did I get the notification on the San Francisco 2021 S-Proof Silver Eagle Type 2. And that was the first one of that kind, I believe. Interesting. 7 people hooked up with that one. Now, here we go. I think that was all that I had to show you, except for the now quarters. American Palladium Eagle, even though it increased in price by about $100, still had an increase in sales of 2.42%. Now, over here to presidential silver medals. Yep, and I saw this, and I thought it might have been a typo, that it says 2021 for the Franklin Pierce presidential silver medal. But then again, seeing how the United States Mint had to reshuffle their schedule and move things around, that might actually be a 2021 schedule, 2021 scheduled medal, because we know that this year is heavy on the metals. Get it? Heavy metals. I should have had a heavy metal song for the +1. Could have worked that in better. Next time. Okay, here we go to the now quarter. Those are the innovation dollars. I just wish these had more love. It'd be nice to see that. Yes, here we go. Now quarters. And 3, 2, and 1. There you go. So the Nino Terra Warrens got more losses. For the 3-roll set, lost 1 there. For the 2-roll set, lost an additional 2. And the reason I've highlighted these particular 3 is, well, because these are the lowest sales of all 4 American women quarters for this year. And what's odd about that, seeing how this is the lowest sales, possibly the lowest mintage, not sure what's going to transpire in the future, but if this does stay just like this, these numbers, yeah, why is it that this particular quarter is the least expensive on eBay? I think you can pick up that 3-roll set for about $85. And we already know that the Anime Wong is selling for about $140. Isn't that interesting? And then the 3-roll set champion still is the Wilma Mankiller at $75.95. No, is the Sally Ride at $75.55. I don't know why I did that one. Bye-bye. Gotta go. That's the winner right there. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. So there it is. Let's head over to those +1s today. Bam, look at that one. Oh, empty wallet. That's not ideal. And this is from Proverbs 22:7. It says, the rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is a servant to the lender. Okay, just a little check right here. This is like ancient wisdom. I mean, how old is, when was this written? 2,500, 3,000 years ago? Yeah, and they knew this rule back then? Yeah. Well, did they teach that in school? Probably not. Now, this is the joke. I probably should have fixed these, but either way, I'm going to go with this. I told my wife that she should embrace her mistakes, so she hugged me. Yeah. Now, here we are at 95.9 KOA Coin News Radio. This is closing time. Semisonic. This has got the lyrics and everything. Good stuff here. Hope you enjoy it. Whew. There it is, folks. Hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope I didn't go too fast. And if I did go too fast, go ahead and go to that little cog at the bottom, and you can go to 0.75, 0.5, or you can even speed it up and watch like I do, everything at 1.75. Speed it up. There you go. Yeah. Thanks, folks, for watching. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you do like what you hear and see, please subscribe to the channel. It's free. And don't forget, we also got stuff happening today on the live stream. Son of a Silver Stacker, out.